Alrighty, this is a video review, not even really a review. If you remember, I reviewed the Armarauders test shot back in like April. It is out. It is finally here, and it is honestly pretty amazing. And I'm not being hyperbolic. This is probably the most amazing thing I've gotten to review on this channel in what, something like 1,700, 1,800 videos. Being part of this whole thing was just incredible. This is a really cool thing we're going to show, but I want to show off. This is the final version, just to show off everything you get. It's $250, I think, is roughly what they're selling for. And in this situation, like what you get is pretty outstanding. Just to give you an idea of the box size, hold on, let me get an actual retail toy out here, just so you can say. It's going to be one that I've had out here before for a while. Let me get him back into robot mode here. But here's the Robots in Disguise Grimlock, which the G1 painted version. Just to get an idea of how big this box is. So yeah, there he is. There's his box, and not just the size of it this way, but it's kind of it looks like one of like the book style reissues this way as well. It's a very big, thick box. Very nicely designed. You got all the tech details and some nice pictures here on the back. The Armarauders logo, all the information about the figure with some nice foil stamping. And then this beautiful portrait, painted portrait here on the front with the Mecha Workshop logo, the first edition sticker down here, and all that. Now, this is really, I guess, more of an unboxing video than a full-on review, which is why I'm talking about the packaging. And like, it doesn't just stop here, because you slide this out, you take this out, go ahead and slide this out. And the two halves, and you can see there's the stand it back up. And there's the packaging. Now, you don't see the pilot figure down here. The pilot figure sits here with like his backpack and a couple of his shoulder weapons in this. He's actually up in the mech right now because I really like having him up in the mech. But you can see it's got a nice window box here on the front. It's got all the weapons, and then it's got little on each side. It'll tell you what each weapon is, so you know, oh, this is the dataless rocket-propelled AMP aerial maneuvering short-range pack thrusters. That would be these right here. The Aegis Mark V Spalder heavy shoulder armors, which are these two pieces right here. The Javelin 500mm caliber Omega class long-range anti-vehicle shoulder cannons right here. This is the full gear loadout for him. And then his rifles. The Heap high explosive armor piercing 380mm caliber explosive round magazines. These two guns right here. And there's some smaller weapons. He's got the tri-energy blades and everything in that. And then on this you've got, again, a nice foil design here on the front. And then on the back, a nice little diorama that, if you want to have a display, you could set your BELLEROPHON up in front of it, and it kind of looks like it's in the docking bay, which is neat in and of itself. And then the more of the foil here on this side. But the thing is, it doesn't open like a book, the way a lot of these do, where you open it up and there's everything in there. It actually opens up, actually this way. You lay it down, and it opens up like this. And inside there, you get, again, this gorgeous, several foot long, I think it's at least a foot tall and 2.5, 3 feet wide once you open it all up. And again, you could pose your figure in front of this, but nice piece of work by Don Figueroa, who did all the designs and stuff for this. It's one of his little projects. And you can see the main Bellerophon, the gunmetal one that's supposed to be coming out. There's an orange one, which I want desperately. Little Walker mech, the Valkyrie mechs, the Centaur attachment over here, this stuff, and the Wasters all over there attacking. But packaging-wise, that's a really cool idea. I like that nice big giant triptych poster. And then the two halves here, before we get to the mech itself, the lower half here, when you open it up, houses the tray with the base and the stand. And all its modular components. It snaps together. I'm not going to crack this out and put it all together here right now, because again, nothing significant has changed. Nothing significant has changed that I've noticed on a lot of these, on any of the parts, aside from some tightening of joints and things like that. But it's the basic stand. You got the support strut. the little gantries, the staircases, a couple computer screens. But that all comes in the lower half, along with a baggie that includes the instruction manual that tells you how to attach everything and all that. And then a really nice printed copy of issue 1 of the Armarauders comic. You see, conceived by Don Figueroa and Valen Wang, story Don Figueroa and Don Taylor, script Don Taylor, art Don Figueroa, colors Enrico Galli, lettering Thomas Maurer. So thanks to all of them. And you get a full comic. And it's all printed on really nice glossy stock. It's not like a cheap little paper comic or anything like that. But so you get the whole full first issue of the comic, and again, along with the instruction sheet. And then in a separate baggie, you get this. And once again, the art on this is amazing. But, say you pull this out, and it's not just again, it could have just been a little cardboard sleeve or something. But, like, the mechs themselves are actually printed glossy on kind of a matte background on the art. I don't know how much you can see of the gloss. Yeah, you can see the light glinting off of it, of where that gloss is. Here, with a nice thick cardstock cover, which again, you open up, and you got a nice little triptych of art. It's not really a triptych. I guess you could kind of as a triptych with this third piece here. But kind of a scene, and then an entirely different scene on the inside that matches up. And then inside here, this is the DVD. And it comes with the motion comic, which they've been doing, the actual comics, concept art, bios, and a soundtrack, all on the DVD that comes in this limited edition first BELLEROPHON, which is again a cool little extra that they didn't need to throw in there. They really went above and beyond, giving you your money's worth, I think, on this packaging and all the little extras and things that come with it. So there's the bottom tray. We'll go ahead and slide this back in here for right now. If I can get it in here. So we'll go ahead and slide this in. And then the top tray, obviously, one has, there's going to be some little pieces that fall out here. Has the plastic tray with the figure itself, and then some baggies underneath here that contain the extra ammo clips for the rifles that can attach to his waist, a small little kind of figure art style stand for the pilot if you want to use it, and then over here you get the two tri-blade handles, is just the deactivated ones, as well as two sets of 3 blades to make the tri-weapon. You can see they plug in right here. I don't want to mess with them because they're very sharp. The original stabbed me quite a bit. I haven't gotten those out. When I display them, I'll probably have them holding one of these fully deployed. But you get the blades and the weapons, as well as the clear dome for the BELLEROPHON itself, which I'll show off here shortly. And then not just that, but behind there is yet another hanger diorama piece that, again, you can use to display or set up and take pictures of your mech looking like he's in the bay. So really, like I said, and aside from that, you've got the figure in the plastic tray. We'll pop him out and look at him, but just an exquisite job of packaging. I feel like exquisite is the right word for this. They just really amazing thing they do it, and like I really am just gushing about this because this is really nice. And like I said, I reviewed the mech before. We'll get him out and just do a quick rundown of everything. So yeah, here's the main mech itself. They tighten the ankle joints. And it's really cool. Like I said, the clear dome, you can pop off this white dome. You can see some tech detailing underneath there. And then you put on a clear dome if you want to make that visible. If you want. Entirely up to you, your choice. I think now that he's out of the package, maybe we can zoom in here a little bit and get a little closer with the figure itself. Get my hand in there so it catches the right color. So yeah, and even this has a few pieces that aren't removable. You can strip him down to a very base mech. He's not quite there yet. Let me get this. Come on, go on. Oh, come on, good. Great, there we go. Yeah. There we go. It goes on really easy once you get it lined up. I just wasn't lining it up right. So yeah, but like even these missile launchers here on the shoulder can pop off. And these pieces, again, these are the pieces where those extra ammo clips, we'll pop the one off of this one. You can store 2 on each hip if you want. They just clip on like that. But these clips, you can also pop in the weapons. These clips come off. It's got hard points all over it for extra stuff, and we're gonna attach all of it and show it here in a minute. So that goes on, and there's the base mech. There's a little piece back here that'll flip for, like I said, that Pegasus mech to clip on, and things like that. He's got a couple of movable thrusters. Like I don't think these snap off, but just some little boosters here. But the kneecap armor comes off. Let's see, come on. Yeah, see, kneecap armor snaps off like that. These pieces on the hip or the shin, the calf, come off, revealing more hard points. And that right there, I think that's about as base down to unarmored, torn down as you can get him. I think he separates here too as well, but I haven't tried that yet, and I don't want to do it just in case. But yeah, so you got all this, and even when he's down like this, he can still carry his gun. But even then, he's got a couple of missile launchers here in his chest that he can use to defend himself with, even if he finds himself in this kind of situation. And they actually swing out on an armature. You can see that, like that one they kind of swing out and up, which is really cool. Now the articulation of the base mech again is pretty crazy. He's got a up and down joint for his head, which also looks up and down, around, side to side. It's on a little ball joint there. The ball joints in the shoulders. This is on a separate hinge. This piece for the shoulder armor even hinges up. That can flip around. Bicep swivel, dual hinged elbows. He's got a ball joint here at his wrist. All the fingers are individually articulated all the way down to 3 joints in the thumb, 3 joints in each finger. You can get a lot of really natural poses out of him, which is really cool. Waist swivel, of course. He's got an ab crunch. Side to side and front to back on hips. Thigh swivel. Thigh swivel, again, is a little limited because of the armor, but again, giant mech. Dual hinge knees. He's got some little flaps here that, those flaps may even be on hard points. I think those flaps are on hard points. Well, okay, they're not coming off easily, and I don't want to risk breaking it, but it looks like those may be hard points on the back. Maybe that's just where they plug in. But you can see he's covered with little here on the side of the thigh, 2 on the arm, ball joint up here, 2 on the back, 2 posts right here, all sorts of attachment points, and we'll load them all up here in a second. And then the feet, like I said, the G feet have a swivel, a forward and back, ankle tilt, and then a pretty decent amount of toe articulation as well. So you can get him in a lot of really nice poses, and he's pretty solid. A lot of die cast in the feet that I can tell. It feels like maybe some up here in the waist and thighs. It's by Sentinel, is one of the people who helped bring this to full plastic life, Mecha Workshop and Sentinel and Dawn and all them. So it's good. It feels great in the hand. It's got a nice kind of matte finish to it. And of course, the pilot himself, you can actually pull the cockpit forward, get a good grip on it, and pop it out. There we go. This whole assembly slides forward and then opens up and out like that, like pretty wide. And you can see there's like a tiny little mech pilot who, if you watch my previous review, was super posable. The only reason I'm not popping him out right now is because it's a little difficult to get his backpack pegged back into the seat. I don't want to struggle with that on camera. But like, I also found like I thought this was maybe the control stick, and that's not. That's just part of the thing. There's actually a couple little handles here on the side that his fist can even peg onto. Like he pegs in very securely. His extra weapon pack can slide into a slot back here, and then he can stay up inside the mech itself, which is cool. So now all the pieces. So we've got these opening missile pods. Now these are a lot of the stuff can be pegged in anywhere on either side. These shoulder missile pods do have a specific side. There's a larger tab and a smaller tab that needs to match up with here just because of the way they open. But he's got these little opening missile pods that snap in here like we saw. And they can rotate around as he poses as well, which is nice. And then we've got on the back. So first thing is on the back. Get his feet straightened. We've got the jetpack pods, and they plug in right here. And like even these have movable nozzles on the pod itself, as well as the rotational there from where it plugs in. So we'll put one pod on either side. There we go. And then he's got the shoulder cannons here, which again can go on either side. I think they're designed to go on the sides that they are packaged in. But then we got the shoulder cannons, which plug in right up here. Although again, you could use any of the other stuff that does plug in. If you wanted to put some packs up here, you could. They all have the same connector point. But shoulder cannons, we'll go ahead and snap those into place. And again, you can pull this out if you want to look like it's spent. You don't have to have the missiles in there, and that the missiles themselves don't come off that I can tell, but you know that allows for different types of armament to be stuck into the main pod for things that come out later down the road. So now we got the shoulder cannons on. We're going to flatten out his foot. I'm starting to make him a little back heavy here. And then he's got these shoulder armors, which again, ball joint just snaps onto the ball joint here. That one can be a little bit difficult to get on because of the hinge there, but because it does kind of snap and it does take a little force to get those to snap on. And they can rotate around the ball, and again, there's that hinge so you can flip it around to the back. That'll give his arm more movement as well. The shoulder pod. All right, don't worry. There we go. Use your feet more. Here's the other gun out of here, and then we can get this plastic tray out of the way, which I think will help. So yeah, we'll go ahead and snap his knees back on. Oh, other way. His thigh pieces. This has a little flap that flips up that could store something. Right as of right now, doesn't come with anything small enough to really fit in there, but a little opening panel there on the calf pod. And like I said, you can store these ammo packs up to 4 of them. Let's just get them all out here. So you can put up to 4 ammo packs to, just carry extra ammo in the field for his heaps. Yep. He can hold both of his guns. They tab in. There's a peg here on the hand, and his fingers can curl around it to hold the trigger. I'll go ahead and get that lined up. Okay, you just kind of see the hand of where I'm tabbing it in here. And again, it holds that very securely. Wrap his fingers around the hilt, the handle. Hold the guns, and there he is, all loaded up and armed, ready for bear. Like I said, and then these have that same tab, and to get these off, you basically take this piece, slide it up a little bit. That center gray piece slides on this piece, and then that allows the handle to lift off and come up. And there's just the basic handle. It's just a kind of greenish triangle piece, and these allow it to be carried and stored on the mech. And you can attach them. Sometimes I'll attach them up here under the arm, so they just kind of hide up here under the shoulder armor. They will fit into any of the. You can pop off. I think they're intended to be popped off. Pop off the ammo packs and attach to the hips, which makes a little bit more sense. I have fun sticking the blades in and attaching them up here to the forearm, so he's got kind of splinting, because like they do spin around this, so you can give him some spinning blades of doom on his forearm as well. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this against my better judgment. I'm gonna get some of these blades out and show you what one of these looks like fully deployed. All right, now there's 4 sets of shorter blades, or 4 shorter blades, and then two each of a larger blade. So when you have them all attached, and they just peg in right here, kind of snap in. And again, you do want to be careful because they are very pointy and sharp. Oh, where'd the other one go? There it is. So again, you could attach that to his arm, and again, you might want to use 3 shorter blades on his arm just so it can clear the shoulder armor if you've got it on. But got like a little tri-blade there. And again, you can have that attached down here to the forearm. It's intended to be held by the mech itself. So again, you can just slide this this down, detach the weapon. You leave that attached to the hard point. And then again, his hands, because he's got such posable fingers, you can have him. Let's see, we'll put the long blade out front. You can wrap his hands around it. Oh, come on, finger, pinky. You can hold those as a weapon as well. You can hold them a little better than this, but yeah. So you can wield that as a weapon itself. It's very stunning. It's very solid. It feels just superb in the hand. And I think when you compare it to, like, you know, some of the third-party Transformers, like I said, it's about $250. And when you compare it to some of the third-party Transformers that are around that price or pushing up to it, I think it's significantly an improvement. Like I said, this really is just a fantastic figure and a fantastic set, and a great job all around. Everything about it fits and feels super refined and polished and really cool. And again, the cannons can rotate and move around up here on the shoulders. 90 points of articulation all told. I think the base mech has less than that. I think some of those points of articulation include the ones, you know, here in the weapons as well. But even then, 90 points of articulation in a figure this size is pretty impressive. And like I said, you can get so many really cool poses out of it. If you look on my Twitter or my Facebook, I've posted some the other day. Also, the rifles here, I showed off again. I showed this off in my initial review. If you pull off the ammo, or you can leave the ammo clip attached. But again, in order to customize weapons, they can make, as it comes out down the road, they can make different ends for it. But you can give them kind of a little snub pistol for the mech by popping off the pieces. They are planning pilot packs that are just some little packs that come with just the pilot itself and a couple of little support mechs for them. They've shown off a couple. The first one comes with the pilot, like an integrated kind of backpack piece that can attach to the pilot himself, and then like a mech that looks kind of like a spider, but then that mech can transform into like a big gauntlet for the larger mech, which is really cool. And the other guy comes with the Bastet mech, which is like it's kind of like Cheetor. It's like a humanoid robot that turns into a cheetah that the pilot can actually ride, and then like a winged backpack that attaches that'll have some function again, that'll turn into something that can function attached to the mech itself, which is really cool. And then those will obviously be significantly cheaper than buying the full mech if you just want to have a little bit of that experience. And again, you can use it to pilot. All the pilot figures will work with the mech, and just little pieces of armor for the mech that'll come, kind of like the Mask adventure kits. If you remember Mask back in the day, how sometimes they'd come out with just, oh, here's a figure that comes with a couple of just the mask figures without the vehicles, but then like a specialized backpack or an accessory that works with it. They'll be kind of like that is the way I expect them to go. But just an extraordinary amount of detail and refinement in this thing. And the packaging is really well done. Everything about this is just top notch. And I know I have a reputation for being a little more glowing about some things than some people, and you know, fair enough. I won't lie. I can get enthusiastic about things. I find glee in a lot of things that a lot of people don't, especially figure wise. But for me, it's always been a fascination about how things work and how things transform, less so than how much this looks like the cartoon character. Although things do want to get points for being more show accurate. But I wasn't lying. This is probably the most amazing thing that I've gotten a chance to handle in my channel. And again, thank you to the whole Armarauders team for letting me be part of that whole experience of getting this thing out. Because it's absolutely stunning.